controversial, but it's my experience. It's just like very competitive when you get in there. You're like big fish, small pond. And then all of a sudden, if you're a female vocalist, you're like 1 in a billion. Wow. They're all incredible. And they give you a rating when you first come in, 1 through 5. So that was a 2. And that really like hit me hard. And I will say my biggest update that I haven't shared with anyone or anything yet online is that I am.
Because I think I'm peaking. Peaking.
Welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast. Our question of the day today. We all know Rave Day can be a lot. So, what is one thing that you do to stay grounded during all the chaos?
I mean, I've been touring and doing EDM festivals for a long time now, so I feel like I'm a veteran at this. But instead of like bed rotting at my hotels, I'm always finding the nearest grocery store and finding things like apples and yogurt and water, and like doing the extra effort to even like go on walks in the morning, even if it's like around the Courtyard Marriott in like the middle of Tennessee, the parking lot. I just do laps, get sun on my face. Like, yeah, I try to put the extra mile in because these things add up if you just go from like show to show to show.
100%. Yeah. Totally see that.
You know, I totally agree with like walking and getting sunlight, because like on rave days, for some odd reason, my inconsistency in the gym is like non-existent on a rave weekend. Suddenly I have like all this motivation, but I feel that way because when after the workouts for the rave, I feel so much better. I feel so like I feel thankful and grateful that I took the time to do that. And it's like, it's such a weird like phenomenon in my head, because I'm so inconsistent outside a rave weekend, but then rave weekend, I'm like, let's go. So I resonate with the whole like moving.
I actually find that I have more motivation on my tours too, which is weird.
That's weird, right?
Really weird. You'd think you'd be so just flat out that you couldn't even get it done, but I think there's something about like the whole energy of the weekend that you're like, all right, let's get this in before we go.
Yeah, and you're already doing something as well.
Also with like I'm wearing stuff on stage, but when you're just like attending and wearing those cute little outfits, like you want to feel snatched.
That part, yeah.
Well, let me know y'all's secret, because every time I travel, I want to sleep and nothing else.
I can see that.
Like, there's those days too.
I tried my best to like every time I travel to like get in the hotel before I even take a nap. You know, I go straight to the gym, so at least I get it out of the way.
Huge.
The couple times that I did that, I end up regretting it because I get super sore while I'm performing, and that makes it worse. Like, there's nothing worse than hitting leg day right before a show.
Yeah.
You know, you hit leg day and then you have to 3, 2, 1 jump, and then you're not jumping because your legs hurt.
Your calves are like dying.
They're dying. They're burning.
Yeah,
so,
I will say hitting leg day before a rave weekend is rough, but I still continue to do it even to this day.
Not for the girlies. It plumps the glutes because we're in the alpha.
You know what's so funny?
Shoulder rights.
I was at side tangent. I went to Escape a couple weekends ago, and I dressed up in like my costume is the superhero, and he wears like a one piece, like a tight one piece.
Okay.
I got in the venue, and not 5 minutes in, some girl goes, "I'm sorry, I just want to let you know that you have like the best ass."
I was just gonna say, were your glutes out?
They were. Oh yeah, they were. I mean, it's like pretty skin tight.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
You have a
It's
picture?
a great compliment.
I do not have a picture
I want to see
right now.
I'll just show you in
person.
Show me off camera.
Okay, anyways.
Bonus episode.
Cut to the picture.
Yeah, exactly. So, but regarding the question though, I would say, at least for me, meditation's a huge one. Which I've now I feel like gotten to a habit. I always do it at least before I go to bed, and then the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning. But aside from that, also I think just like breath work, and then like sometimes I just like to, like, for example, on rave day, when, you know, things start to get really chaotic, everyone's like pre-gaming or whatever. Sometimes I like to just kind of take a few minutes to like go into another room, or like maybe outside if it's like at an Airbnb or something like that, and kind of just like be by myself for a few minutes to kind of just like,
It'll
like
probably be the only moment that whole
exactly
day that you'll have a second.
It's usually before I have any caffeine as well. So like I try to make it so that like
point.
once I start ramping up, like then it's like, okay, like we're doing this now, you know. But yeah, aside from that though, like I think obviously just like having a proper meal and getting enough sleep. I mean, I think those are the obvious ones. And then working out. Like if I can get a workout in before or even like when I'm stressed, I find that just working out in general, like it just automatically calms my nerves.
It just cures it. I know.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this question. Since we go on raves and we probably take tens of thousands of steps, isn't technically that a workout? Because my circles on the Apple Watch are full on rave weekends.
No, it's so true.
So like my calorie count, like I'm counting, I'm working out.
I mean, it's as someone who is currently in, I'm like 60% through my NASM course. There are these things called your VT1 and your VT2 threshold. And it's supposed to be like basically like when your body surpasses the point with like you guys know that like with cardio. Sorry, I'm gonna sound really nerdy for a second. There's like two sections of cardio where it's like you're walking and you're burning half carbs, half fat, but then there comes a point where like let's say you start running
past 180 heartbeat.
Yeah, then your body switches to only burning carbs. So basically like if that's why like people will tell you like, oh, you want to do like when you do cardio, you want to do mostly like fast walking because your body is burning.
It's actually better than being in a
better.
jog.
You're going to burn more fat that way versus running all the time is going to mostly focus on burning carbohydrates.
Fast walking on an incline, baby.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so when you're walking a lot at the festival, you are like burning like fat and like a half fat, half carbs. But I would say what I'm talking about is more like when I work out, it's more of like the what do you call them again? Why am I blanking on it?
Are you talking about just like priming your mind and setting yourself up?
No. Like what you feel afterwards. The endorphins. There you go. Yeah, like I'm talking about like that feeling. That feeling always, whether I feel stressed, sick, like whatever, it's all like afterwards. That feeling, all like it always makes me feel refreshed.
Yeah.
It's like 100%. A way to prime yourself. Also just like regulating your nervous system, period. Because like you had mentioned meditation. I do yoga nidra. So it's like if I feel as if like I'm in a heightened state, I have like this YouTube video. Her name's Allie. She's so good. And she walks you through, essentially it's a body scan, a mindful body scan.
Amazing.
And if you fall asleep, you fall asleep. It means your body needed it. But if not, it's like non-sleep deep rest. And it's like, it really is helpful for like calming your nervous system.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, that point of the endorphins, that was the name of my second EP I ever wrote.
Oh, really? Nice.
I used to be a spin instructor before I started Evan GIIA.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was an indoor spin instructor. People came from like all over Brooklyn to come to my classes strictly for the playlist because I was playing just like raging EDM and everyone else was like playing like country and pop and I was like,
I love
when
that.
When was this?
That was back in like 2013 to 17. Wow. It was my main job while trying to make music for the first time.
Wow. So you came out with Westworld during that time.
Yes, I was fully teaching probably 11 classes a day. A week in New York.
Wow.
And I gained a following. I had like a fan base of writers, and it gave me like my first platform of like basically like putting on a DJ set.
That's so cool.
To be honest,
that's so epic.
Cool.
And so ever since then, I've been trying to write music that you can move to. I have a whole section of my thing called GIIA Move, where my dream, and like we haven't fully like gotten it there yet, but just like 100 to 200 spin bikes facing the stage. I'm like hybrid performing and teaching with LED screen and stuff. And I just want to I want to just give you that exact feeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Of just elation. I mean, you know, sometimes when you have the perfect song on, like, and I listen to like straight, like raging EDM when I'm running.
Yeah.
And you start getting chills.
Yeah.
And your whole body is just like, wait, what? I'm gliding. Like,
You're like floating.
Feeling that float. Cause you just hit the chorus at the perfect time and you turn it up. Like I keep trying to like bottle that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe there should be like, you should have two sets when you play at like festivals. You have one in the beginning where everyone everyone can do, like the
Yes.
cycling and everything, and get like those
So I've
endorphins,
done it
and then later.
at festivals before where the bikes are the biggest problem. We can't get them in and out, but we've done tons of yoga mat stuff. So I've done like
Nice.
a first set GM move in the morning where we stretch with my fans, and then they come to the actual set
That's
at night.
so cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, hope to keep that stuff up. But so this is
Hell
so
yeah.
in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
so
You should
cool.
hit up DEF CON. I know DEF CON does. I don't know if you've seen the videos where they have like an actual workout class, like at a big ass stage.
I've seen those, and I was like, I need to find a way to
Yes.
get in there. But I've done like collabs with like Barry's Boot Camps and Soul Cycle and a lot of other places. So yeah, I'm trying to keep up that GM move portion of things.
Hell yeah.
That's beautiful.
Well, let us know what you guys do to keep yourselves calm and grounded when things get chaotic, even if they're on rave day or just whenever. But Bryn's going to get us started with a proper intro here.
Yes, hello. I don't know if you said welcome back to the I'm Picking Podcast, but welcome back to the I'm Picking Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Brenda. And who else do we have here today?
I'm Devin.
I'm Mashbit.
And we have a very special guest. But before I introduce who this guest is, I just want to share a little bit about this said guest. Because today on the I'm Picking Podcast, we've got an artist who's been breaking boundaries between electronic and pop, one powerhouse vocal at a time. With collaborations alongside Odessa and Lose a Child, she's proven she's not just a feature, she's a force. From Red Rocks to Coachella, her voice has become instantly recognizable, commanding crowds, redefining what it means to be a frontwoman in dance music. Evan GIIA, welcome to the podcast.
Ooh, what an intro. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
I got chills listening to that.
I was just
That
going to
a-
say,
a
that was
good
so
intro.
well done.
Simple, but yet strong and powerful.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also off of that, before we get started into the topics as well, wanted to take a quick second to thank our sponsors, being Boom Boom Nasal Sticks, which by now, because we see this every video, if you don't already know, these are scented nasal sticks that you can use in just about any scenario, whether you're in the crowd and you have anxiety, if you get nauseous from motion sickness, or things smell bad at the festival, say you're at the porta potties, you can stick one of these in each nostril
Have
and
you
just
ever?
take those feelings.
Never.
Yeah,
Wanna try
is
it?
that the lavender one? Give her
Tropical.
give her the lavender
She
one.
picked a tropical.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can.
But I
you
like
can smell them all.
lavender.
Yeah,
Smell them all, guys.
Smell them all. They're actually essential oils.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's strong.
Mhm.
You can
Okay.
smell colors, right?
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie, like at festivals, because right now I guess like I'm sober. I just choose. I pick and
Well, I could
choose
have said it like that.
because I
In a
smoke.
nerdy voice.
Yeah.
Sober.
Because I smoke nicotine, and then I just learned that technically that makes me like not sober. Oh my god, it's a stimulant drug. It's like caffeine. Anyways,
Bars.
I smell this, and I swear to God, like I feel like I get a little bit of like a little high.
You
Like,
got like a little one of them.
yeah, it's crazy.
That smells really good, actually.
Hell yeah. Well, they're great. We love Boom Boom. They've been very supportive of us and the podcast, and they are honestly absolutely killing it right now. So if you guys want to go and check them out, you can go and grab some at their website and use code I'm Peaking. It'll save you some money. Or you can also grab some on our TikTok shop. Or if you need them like today, you're going to rave today, you can actually go and grab them at a CVS or Walmart. They do sell them there. So, but yeah, thank you, Boom Boom. We love you guys. I'm going to
you,
get us
Boom
started into our first topic, though. So a bit of news going around right now. Did you guys hear about the first ever virtual artist to perform at Red Rocks? They went by Defpixie, and it was literally just like a screen with this like animated girl who was basically DJing the whole set. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
I thought it was cool. And just to like clear the air here, because a lot of people are speculating if it's AI or not. It is not. It was, I believe, a pre-recorded thing. The 3D artists had like someone come in and basically emulate the like movements of how they wanted the animation to be. And then I would assume the set is pre-recorded. So
Yeah, that first article though said it was AI, and it went like viral. It's like who decided to just say it was AI without like doing some research?
Yeah, I feel like that's like almost like, I mean, that could be interpreted in so many ways because like a lot of people are so anti-AI, you know, these days. So
I mean, that's clickbait now.
Like, for sure.
It helps because you're
yeah.
gonna get like a crazy amount of people being
That's
really
so
upset
true.
about that.
Yeah, because that raises a lot of questions because, you know, there's the issue obviously right now of like, is AI taking people's jobs now, you know?
Yeah.
And then even in the music space, you know, like you have AI software, like AI songwriting software like Suno now and like other things. So I feel like there's a lot of people feel threatened by it, you know? And so if it was AI, like it would be like, damn, like are we just going to start having like AI DJs now? So it's good to hear that it's not AI, you know?
Yeah, I think that's really good to hear. I feel like as far as the songwriting portion, my husband, he goes by Memba, also makes music, and he's like super deep in like understanding the AI portion of things because he's like, it's happening. There's nothing we can do. And like, we need to understand it and use it to our advantage and use it as a tool. But I do think like the one thing just from checking out Suno and stuff, it just makes you feel like now more than ever that if you're not like tapping into your gut and writing from that place, anything else can be replicated.
Yeah.
So like you can be fully, you know, replaced if you're not using like your vision and like your, you know, when you get in that songwriting flow and you can't really
100%.
explain it, you know, no one and nothing can take that from you. So that's actually helped me like lean. Because if you're chasing the trends or the songs that are like working right now, AI can do that in 30 seconds. But if you're doing the stuff that you're like, ooh, I'm just like kind of moving with my flow here, no one can take that from you. So I'm kind of using that as my motivation.
Yeah, it's got to be like, it's from the soul. That can't really be replicated, you know? Let's see AI try to get into flow state. Huh?
Exactly.
That's a great piece of advice because I feel like a lot of people feel like, you know, because it is like, okay, like get with the time, like learn AI. But even with that, a lot of people do forget that you still have to hold like what's inside of you because that's what makes you you. And that's, you know, all your experiences and like with like what you want and what your vision is, like you said, like AI can't replicate that. Like no one can replace that. That's really cool.
And I think the main thing was lyrics because when we plugged in a few things just to see how it worked, I mean, they were spitting out some pretty great production really fast. The lyrics still, and it's going to get better and better. It's probably better already. Felt very generic. And I was scared to do this, but I fed it one of my verses that I wrote. And then all of a sudden the song was like, I was like, oh no, like this is cool and good. Like it has that X factor. So I'm like, shit, if it can get to that point, like, that's scary.
Yeah. I think I think like underneath it all though, there's still a level of like, creativity that I believe can't be achieved through AI, you know? And whether or not like the lyrics are, you know, like maybe they don't sound generic, like there's still that underlying meaning that only the artist can add to it because it's usually based off of an experience that, you know, the artist or whoever the songwriter is like had, right? And so obviously AI has not had those experiences. It can just spit out like what it hears, but I still feel like that's still at the end of the day what's going to separate the two. Like it'll always be like that.
And even if you train your AI, because you could train a model and you can make it just like you, but even if you do that, I feel like it would take a hot minute for that AI model to learn every single nuance of who you are as a person to be able to replicate. Like it will still be missing a little bit of something. Therefore, like it won't, I mean, I don't know.
And even just like the intonation I'm a vocalist. So like the intonation with the way that I sang something, you sometimes can't replicate that in another take. Like that was like a part of me that came out. And I think, I'm choosing to believe that because that does scare me. Like, and I'm bummed that the beginning of the whole AI thing was like, they were coming for all the creative stuff. I'm like, go find like ways to do the other jobs that are like menial and annoying. I'm like, do not come for art. Don't come for music. Don't come for those things. Like, that is such a human experience. Like, go do like the assembly lines.
Yeah, they have an actual robot that you can pre-order now.
Yes,
a
the Neo.
I saw it. I was so freaked out by that. I don't know if you
really?
guys would be down
I
to
think it
have
looks
that
really
in your
cute.
house.
I think it looks really cute.
What do you mean cute? It's literally the size of a man.
Yeah, well, no, it's like I think it's like 5'6".
I looked at a different
Size of a
one.
man
Have you
still.
seen the one that's a full man?
No, they have one. They have one like that.
It's a housekeeper full.
Oh wow!
Sized.
Is it built by the same people?
Man, I think so.
Because I know
don't
there's
quote me
like-
on that.
there's like 4 different
don't know.
companies that are like
I'm gonna
working
pre-order
on
that.
one right now.
they're
I think
competing.
it's like 20k.
20K.
Yeah. Well, the Neo is 20k.
But
It's
guys,
like-
if it doesn't know what to do, you could like turn like something on where it could tap into like their workers, and then a real person can have their eyes
Yeah.
and their ears
That's
in your
kinda
house.
scary.
and just
though.
overdrive and use it.
Overdrive and teach the robot how to do it, and
that's
then
kind of
it'll go.
scary though.
I think it's
also.
terrifying, and this stuff, everything that's like in my home, I don't feel comfortable with, just because I've seen like Ex Machina and all of those. Like,
Yeah, iRobot.
I'm like, no.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, but I think just like kind of how we were saying earlier, like it's happening. It's
Yes.
going to happen.
Yes.
Like I think like in the next 5 to 10 years, like it's going to be maybe not super common, but it'll be like it won't be like an anomaly for people to own a housekeeping robot, So
I would.
Yeah.
I cannot
it's,
believe we're living in these times.
mhm.
I definitely would. If
You'd do it.
I would do it.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like I leave home and say, hey,
Yeah,
make
if
sure
it
the
can save
dishes
me
and
some
the
You
time
time
come home and it's
everything,
like, welcome home. Your laundry is done.
Yeah.
I would love that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Your
I
dinner
watered
is
your
made.
plants,
I would
like,
love that.
So
Yeah.
I'm worried they're just gonna get sexual. So I'm like,
Oh, that's.
it's like, welcome home. Your dinner's made. Now, what do you want to do?
That's probably also
The
going
men
to
are
happen.
buying
That's
them.
going to happen.
That's
The
going
men
to
are buying
that's
them.
going to
That's
happen.
happen.
Like it's just going to
100%.
happen. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It
I'm gonna
is
move us
kinda-
on to our next topic.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is getting interesting.
Yeah. No, I wanted to shift gears a little bit. So Evan, I mean, you've said before that you try writing songs that are not just like love songs.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to know about like maybe when a time was where you wrote a track that was on something other than that like really meant a lot to you, and like
Sure.
what was it, and like did you feel like you truly nailed the essence of that song?
Yeah, I think one of the ones off my album, Anxiety Kills, is one of my faves.
I did a song promo to that song. So
no way.
yeah.
Let's go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one did well. Strictly, I think because it was so relatable in the lyrics. Let me see if I can just like recite it. Yeah, it's like, I got too much on my mind. I don't want to feel it. I
Mhm.
guess I'll tell my therapist so maybe she can heal me.
Mhm.
We all got anxiety, addicted to the feed, baby. When I feel the jealousy, I got to hold up, wait, breathe, take a step back. And I
Nice.
think that whole like first verse is just about like the moment where you just feel like that weird feeling in your chest where something's wrong, but you can't pinpoint it. And it's because you just scrolled on social media for way too long,
Yeah,
compared yourself, and everything is fine in front of you. But you're like, why am I lacking? I don't feel good enough all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was just one of the ones I feel like I nailed, kind of that experience of social media and mental health, and being vulnerable and honest that like the second part is even bad bitches get stressed, because it's like we all have our therapists and situations going on, and it's actually like, yeah, it's the cool thing to do to like acknowledge all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just want to reinforce too. You did kill that song. That was it. It was a
Thank
great
you.
song. Yeah, hell yeah.
I wanted to like touch on that because I think it's really cool that you're writing songs other than love, because I mean, maybe I don't listen to many melodic songs in the EDM space, but
Yeah.
it's either like, you have a house track that has just like a couple of lines,
Classic.
a top line.
Yes.
And then you have, like the melodic songs that are about like love and heartbreak. But I feel like there's a very small percentage of tracks out there that talk about anything else. And like EDM
True.
is so powerful, the frequencies when you feel that music and hear that music. So when it aligns with some lyrics that are like real and raw and not just about love, because not everyone is thinking about love. I think that's really sick.
Oh, thank you. No,
Yeah.
it's kind of like been one of my like core ethos in Evan GIIA. I was like, I write like verses and full songs rather than just top lines, you know? But all that being said, the chorus always bangs enough for you to like rage to it. So
Yeah. And then you also have like electronic pop, and then like some more tracks that are like electronic.
Yeah. I mean, it's like some stuff goes really hard and some stuff feels like more pop leaning. It honestly, I've just been excited to feel like I liked your intro, especially because one of my goals when I came into this space was to not just be a top liner. I wanted people to know me for those top lines, but they click on my thing and they go to my Spotify page and they're like, she has a full catalog. Like she has albums, she has, and that's important to me as a vocalist. So I've kind of been trying to like step my feet in all of those genres.
Yeah, that's so dope. Yeah, we're going to touch on that in Act 2 a little bit more because we have like some questions to actually like dive in. So just to like switch gears back to what we were talking about. What piece of advice would you give that sounds toxic but is actually true?
Okay. That's hard. I feel like, do you have
I
one?
can give you an example.
Yeah, give me one.
So like, for example, like you could say that like attendance isn't always like a barometer for good friends, you know? So like you could have like, just because a friend does show up all the time doesn't mean that they're necessarily like the best friend to have around, you know?
Oh yeah, and I fully agree with that.
Yeah. So like that sounds like it could be toxic, but
True.
I feel like it's more of like a take that's grounded in reality, you know?
True.
Yeah.
On the friend take, this is just like what's coming up for me like right away, but maybe like, I guess this is more of a pet peeve than toxic, but don't like overly discuss the menu. It's like a huge thing for me.
Okay.
Don't overly discuss the menu when you're at like a friend's dinner, because for me, I'm there for the conversation, and that like is the number one like thing that takes away from all of it. When people are like, "Oh, hold on a second. So what did you want? So so what should we get? So blah blah blah," and then you're like pushing into some people's like, "Oh, I'm kind of picky," so then I'm like, "All right, I don't want that. I want this," and you have to explain yourself, and I just start getting like, it's people are doing it to try to be nice and like be like, you know, I guess like more open to
Like
figuring
small
out
talk?
what everybody wants at the table. Like, but I'm just like, okay, I don't care about the menu.
Yeah,
like,
I would just
I'm
be like,
literally
what's
just
the
in the
point of
middle of
this?
like an epic moment with someone.
Yeah.
And then I have these people in my life that come in and they're like,
Hey, so what are you
did
getting?
you want the rice? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I'm not really like, as some people go just for the food, but when I'm with my friends, it's like, I'm there for the like connection.
For the connection. Well, I understand that, but I think you raise a good point where it's like small talk. Some people maybe like that's their only way.
Their only way.
Their only way.
And I'm a dive deep
You're
person.
a dive deep person.
Are you getting your burger medium or medium rare?
Exactly. I'm literally like, you're interrupting me, and I'm so annoyed. I just always am like, whatever. The food's like secondary. Like, I was just diving into this person about their like last therapy session.
Yeah, no, for
really
real.
in it, right?
You were
what's
actually
the
the therapist in that moment.
Well, in what context? Like a Friendsgiving kind of situation?
No, just like
or-
if you're out at like maybe at like a restaurant or like eating with friends, like multiple friends, and you're having a conversation with someone and you're deep in it, and then you get interrupted by, hey, so what are you getting? What are you guys
Someone's just like consistently focusing on the menu and the food. It's like,
like on different
I
wavelengths
see.
of conversation.
So there's like 6 people, they're all talking, and there's one person just like really reading the menu and trying to like.
yeah, like we've already kind of
I see.
chosen, but like they're coming back in being like, are you sure? Should we get the broccoli? And I'm like, I don't care.
I can see why that can be annoying, especially if that's like.
But they're also trying to be considerate. So that's why
Yeah.
it's hard, because I've literally said this to 2 of my friends, and they're like, what the heck? We're just trying to make sure everybody has what they want. I was trying to be really nice about that. And I'm like, I actually find that really rude. So it's like, it's a thing.
The interrupting part would definitely be rude in my opinion, especially when you know that you're like really into the conversation. You can see it. You're like, oh, you want the red beans or the
and
whatever?
also some people get really, I'm not shy about like getting deep, but some people use that as the excuse to like close the conversation off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, never mind. We don't have don't need to get into it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you just scared them away.
Yeah. I'm curious, do you think that you answered this question unrelated to music because like your mind is like primed for like positivity with music and like you wholeheartedly love music, so you didn't even think about like a toxic trait in like the industry?
Interesting. Yeah. There's plenty of those, to be honest.
Okay.
But I just like, I guess your friend thing made me kind of jump
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But I guess in the industry, oh my goodness, there's so many. I have so many, but they're always tough to like share out loud because I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's fine. You don't have to share anything you're not comfortable with.
I was
but-
just like curious because I was like, damn, like that's cool. That was cool that you just like answered like something like unrelated to music, because I was like, damn, like I wonder like if either because if it's been like so casual at the start of this, like that's where your mind was, or it was just like music is just that's
I also just like have a very and like this is something I wanted to touch on later, but I have a very strong home life. Like I'm a musician first and foremost, but I know a lot of people that make music and that's literally the only thing they have. They don't have anything to go home to. And like I have a very, very close family and like personal friend life that's like very full, and I've made that a goal. So I'm kind of like really balanced in that way. I'm pretty much a very normal person.
Yeah. I feel
Like
that.
That's cool.
I'm going home back to New York and like eating with my friends on the weekend
Yeah.
and stuff like
Amazing.
that, rather than like always away or just industry focused, which I think is really healthy.
And you want to cherish that time with them too. So I totally get that.
Exactly.
Also, on a side note, before we end the segment, because we are out of time, I just wanted to say that situation actually just made me think of, have you ever seen the movie Crazy Stupid Love? With
yes.
With Steve Carell, and the opening scene is like him and I forgot the wife's name. What's her name? Emily? No. I can't remember her
so
name,
bad with
but
actors.
yeah. But anyways, they're like they're at the dinner table and they're like looking at the menu, and it's like, it just showed like a collage of like other couples like feet from like under the table, and they're all like playing footsies with each other. And then you just have theirs and they're like not even engaged, and they're like looking at the menu, and then he's like, yeah, do you know what you want? And she's like, yeah, I think so. Like, let's say on 3. And then he like says his, and then when they both say it at the same time, she's like, I want a divorce. It's like, that's what it's making me think of, because it's just like two completely different wavelengths. He's like, all right, well, so what are we eating?
He's keeping it at the shallow, and she's like, let's dive in.
She's like, yeah, I've been thinking about this for a while. So.
Can't hold it in any longer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right, anyways.
Before we close, I do want to ask one question. So like you were saying how like you make it a point to like balance home life with, like just your artist project or artistry. How did you get there? And do you have any tips for anyone like, who is like starting their project and, they're doing the whole tour life and like they still want to have that balance?
Yeah. I mean, I just think being on the road and being an artist can be extremely isolating and really lonely. And I think it's all made better by knowing that when you're done, you can go home to something full. And that'll help your mental health in every single aspect, because also being a musician right now, it's super fickle. Things sometimes work, sometimes they don't. Your song goes or it doesn't. It's viral or it's not. Your tour is selling or it's not, but it's not a reflection of who you are inside. And being able to separate that is like the biggest piece of advice I would have. You are not your project. Yes, you might put everything into it, but you have your own, values and life outside of that, and that'll keep everything really sane, I think.
I love that.
So we heard you have some new music for us. We'd love to hear some. Yeah. Let's get into it.
I've been working on, actually this year was a year of collabs for me. I decided I just want to like work with a bunch of different people, both friends and new artists that I hadn't worked with before. And this is one with Pauline Herr, who I
love her.
absolutely love. And
Hell
she's
yeah.
the sweetest ever. She's like so sweet in the room and then just absolutely throws it down.
Yeah, she does.
On her laptop.
Absolutely.
I was dead when I was in there with her. I'm like writing something and then she's like, okay, no problem.
That's so epic. Oh my
You'll
God.
see this is an example of one of the ones that like goes harder, but I'm still singing verses.
Okay.
Do you guys want the full thing or like?
Yeah, we listen to the full thing. Also, what's it called?
This is called Loudest in the Room. And me and Pauline wrote it about having to be louder than the rest because we're women, and
That
female
part.
DJs just have to stand out a little harder among the noise.
Gotta fight.
True that.
We found another way. We play another game. We do not run with the man no more. We don't run with the man no more. We don't run with the man no more. Let us in the room now. We just broke the ceiling. You can finally hear our cry again.
Ooh, I like that part.
Oh, hell yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let us speak for a minute. The
That was
voice got me,
crazy.
that bass, that voice got drowned, so we
She
screaming
snapped
loud as
on
the
that.
room now. Turn us up,
Yeah.
turn us up,
Yeah.
turn us up, turn us up. Let us speak for a
Wow.
minute. The boys club needed that bass, that voice got drowned, so we screaming the loudest in the room now. Turn us up, turn us up, turn us up, turn us up, turn us up. Let us in the room now.
I love the soundscape.
We just broke the
It's
right?
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like movie-esque.
Yeah, very cinematic for sure.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the vibe. She's like, oh, my girl's in the room now. Put them up. Yeah, I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Put him up. Yeah.
Hey. Oh, my girl's in the room now.
I can't put my hands up because I'm not a girl, but you know.
That was sick.
That was lit.
That was so sick.
That's a new
Yeah.
one I'm really stoked on.
Yeah, I
So.
really like that. What BPM is it at?
What is that one? I think it's like 140 something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she
Cool.
snapped. I wrote the top one really fast. I was super inspired when I was in there with her just because of her like really calm demeanor and then just ripping that drop.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, no. We got to write about like being the girls out here just throwing it down.
yeah.
Yes.
You're that, you know, they have like the saying like, oh, he's that guy. You guys are that girl.
You're that girl.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Sick.
That's awesome.
That was super dope.
Yeah.
I actually really like that one.
You can kind of feel the power behind that too.
Yeah.
There is like
Yeah, there's like that power.
Just chills. I know. I love it.
So we know you graduated from Berkeley Music. That's amazing.
That's huge.
That is
by the way.
massive. For if you guys don't know what Berkeley is, ask ChatGPT. It's amazing.
Not
It's
like UC Berkeley.
Chat.
Berkeley, like BERKLEE. Yeah.
like the music school.
Yeah.
Like, so you graduated with opera background, correct?
Yeah.
How did that influence like the way you approach electronic music, since opera music is so different from
It's
what
such
you
a
have?
left field turn. Yeah, I'm really proud of my background just because I from about like 10 to how old was I when I went into Berkeley? But like 10 or 11 years, every single weekend and the weekdays, I was doing vocal lessons. I was in like the classical music scene in Boston. My parents were driving me around to all these competitions to sing like Italian and German arias.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it was a very different life. I went to a lot of conservatories, a lot of like summer camps that are known in this space. And so I put a lot of time and effort into that in like the beginning of my life. I just started realizing closer to college that it wasn't the music that I was listening to. I'm not going home and putting on like Vivaldi and stuff. So I
Make a
was
judgment if you would.
Hey, honestly, as I get older, like maybe I'm gonna start doing that more for like the peace in my home. But yeah, I was the girl like going to House of Blues in Boston and like, you know, seeing Nero and Deadmau5 for the first time. So I kind of was like, I want to be more in that space. And then Berkeley was that option where you can kind of take it a little bit more contemporary. You don't have to go to a conservatory, a classical conservatory. So I got into a bunch of conservatories, but then got into Berkeley Early Decision. And I was like, honestly, I think I'm going to go this route. The crazy part about Berkeley is that I actually stopped singing during it, which is wild. I got my music business degree, actually.
Nice.
It's just the way that they, and this is like a bit controversial, but it's my experience. It's just like very competitive when you get in there. You're like big fish, small pond. And then all of a sudden, if you're a female vocalist, you're like 1 in a billion. Wow. They're all incredible. And they give you a rating when you first come in, 1 through 5. So I was a 2. And that really like hit me hard. I was like, damn, okay. And they put you kind of in classes with the same numbers and you can try and test out your number. So it just felt like it was such a backwards like approach to it. And it didn't make me feel inspired. It made me feel like really just like judged. So
my very cutthroat
voice kind of got lost in that, I'll be honest. I ended up getting my music business degree, which was not a waste at all, because now it's like no one can mess with me on the business side. My team, I'm really, you know, just aware. But I started making music again after college, actually. So
wow.
Yeah, it was an interesting pivot.
It's crazy how like something like that, I feel like there's so many parallels in life where it's like you do something because you love it, and then all of a sudden when all these like rules and like all regulations and stuff start getting put on it, it sucks the fun out of it. But I also feel like to a certain degree I can see why that happens too, because you know in maybe their perspective, like, you know, they're like, well, we want the best of the best,
of course, so
they're doing it from the, you know, the point of like, well, you know, we have so many applicants, like, you know, how do we weed it out? Exactly. And so it's like, but when you stop doing it because like you're being forced to do it, or you're being forced to get better, or whatever it is, and you're doing it for yourself, you're so much more motivated, you know,
so much more. I actually needed the break. I don't think Evan GIIA would have ever happened if I was singing consistently that whole time. Because I was kind of like, I found myself again. I moved to New York and I was a spin instructor and a receptionist, and I met my now husband, who produces all of my stuff, 90% of it. And he was like, you should start writing. And that's where that came from. And it came from myself. So I do think it's the reason why it started working.
100%.
Yeah.
Also, that environment, it's like it puts you in survival mode, and that doesn't really allow you to create freely.
Be creative. Yeah. That is literally so spot on. It doesn't make you feel, and they're like, okay, go show us what you got. Like, you better be amazing. And I was like, so like, and also it had come from such a regimented space. The classical scene is like, you don't improvise. You don't, it's you read what's written on the page and you interpret it that way. And now they're like, I want to see you, you know, improvise on the spot for 30 seconds in the audition. And I'm like, what? So I'm actually shocked I got in, but yeah, it's all of that training has helped so much with touring, and even you just heard that song there. Like, I usually have these like more rhythmic verses, but my pre-choruses are always a nod to my classical side. It's that more floaty head voice stuff that I use still.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool to how you integrate both, because it creates like this unique sound in electronic music, plus the vocals, plus the actual like what you're writing in itself. So it's like
it's dynamic.
It's dynamic. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's so cool.
And kind of on that too. So I first was introduced to you through Westworld. I heard that back when what was it, 2017? When you came out with it?
18 or 19.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I remember hearing that song. It was so funny because when we were doing like research and stuff on you for the episode, I'm like, oh, I remember that song. Like that was like on my playlist. So I wanted to know, because you know, obviously you came out with that 7 years ago. It's amassed over 61 million streams on Spotify. Congrats on that, by the way.
Hell yeah.
And so I wanted to know, like, what were some of the major themes from that song that like meant so much to you, and like what inspired you to make it in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's been 7 years. It's still like my baby. I like love that song because honestly, talk about when you're doing something just to do it and not because there's other like definitions around it. That was like the second song we ever wrote. And it was my biggest hit, still my biggest hit today. So it's like, it kind of goes to show you that when everything starts working and there's pressure and it's like, those things don't come. That comes from just pure, we were in the second bedroom of my Brooklyn apartment. We were actually all three of us members made up with my husband and my best friend, Will. We did a power hour before. So we were drunk and it was a Saturday night.
That's hilarious.
I went in and ripped that song.
Wow.
I had no inhibitions. I was laughing super hard the whole time. I was like, what is this? And it's a really serious, beautiful song.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand where that came from.
Wait, like you recorded it while you were like,
and that's
coming
the
off the power?
only time I've ever recorded
No way.
completely drunk. Like I was very drunk.
Do you guys know what a power hour is? You guys?
Have you done one?
Okay, so
I don't. That is so the old me.
let me explain. Yeah,
So the
I'll
old me.
explain.
Like I can't do that
It's a
shit anymore.
I feel like it's a very college term,
Yes.
but anyways, a power hour
Not that I go to college.
is where you essentially take a shot of beer every minute for a full hour.
Oh wow.
And there's
ridiculous.
usually what you do is like, or at least the way that I did it with my friends in college was we'd find the power hour soundtracks on YouTube.
Yes.
And they would change the song
Exactly,
every minute.
every time the
and
song
it'd be like
changed.
all the like, it'd be like Pitbull, it'd be like
All, like, the
LMFAO,
classic
like
bangers.
exactly,
Yes.
yeah, and progressively over like by the time you hit the 30-minute mark, you're like
You
sloshed.
think it's like fine because it's beer, but it's like no.
Yeah, no. I think in total it's like 7.5 beers.
Beer?
I'm pretty sure it's
Whoa, within
7.5.
an hour?
Yeah, well, yeah.
really?
Every
I am
minute,
now, like, I
you're
can't
taking a
even,
shot
like-
of beer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
60 shots.
Even.
Yes, of beer.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's where
Wait,
that
that's
song-
so impressive though.
I
that
know,
you
and
did
how
that
I was
after
shocked
that.
at like the vocal control on that song and everything. I don't really know, but I do think there is something about just like no inhibitions, and I was just writing from the heart, and I was really like just getting into it in there.
That's so crazy.
Because I also
Wow.
used to need a little bit of courage, and I didn't ever drink before that, but like I was nervous on the mic back then.
Yeah.
You know, I was just started dating my husband who was recording it. So it's like, I
Wow.
wanted to be cool. And it was so interesting because I'm like, was that a good take? Like I used to be so shy, so funny looking back on it now. I was trying to impress him, but it all worked out. We're married. So.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So there you guys go. If you guys want to get a over 60 million stream song on Spotify, do a power hour and then record. Yeah. That's so awesome. Honestly, I think I might make the title of this video.
Let's go.
That's hilarious.
That's wild.
And also
60 minutes of shots.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
beer.
yeah. So like, yeah,
Please say beer because 60
Is
shots
beer.
would kill me.
yeah, don't do. Please do
no.
not do a power hour on like
Absolutely
hard
not a good
alcohol.
idea.
Like that's not a good
No.
idea at all. Not even like anything that is a higher like ABV or whatever
Yeah.
than beer. Don't do it.
100% no.
Yeah.
With that being said, next episode, Power Hour with absinthe.
Yeah.
Wait, let's do it.
You guys gotta do it and record it. Be absolutely
It would
hilarious.
be. I would be down.
no.
I'm
I would be
actually
super
so
down.
bummed that I'm not
Absolutely
here
not.
for that because it'd be really fun.
Well, next time you're here, next time you're here, we can
We'll do it.
arrange
I was
for
gonna say, should we
can
do
arrange
like
for
a
something? Yeah,
late night
we'll
little
keep
one?
it like light beer, but yes,
Oh,
yes.
no.
Wait,
I'm
what's the
not gonna be part
percentage of
that.
beer?
He's like, no
It's
chance.
usually
no,
like
no, no, no.
4%.
Oh, it's 4%. Because I was like, well, how about
4
like
to
wine?
4.5. No,
I was
you do
gonna say,
not.
I will get
No,
you.
you do not.
Like red wine.
No, I'm
Maybe some
telling you,
white
you
wine.
do not want to do it on wine.
that'd be
You will
gross.
die.
Wait, no, but there's sugar-free wine that has like 7% ABV.
That's
or
still
whatever.
That's a lot.
still a lot because keep in mind
They're
like
no.
That's like three wine bottles.
60 shots
Oh my
is
God.
about 7.5 cans of beer, so like or around there. So like think about that.
He's
like,
a pro.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times.
Frat
You
boy.
know. Anyways, back to the original topic
Okay,
though,
yeah.
because I saw also you came out with Westworld 2025.
Yes, this
and
year.
I was listening to it on the way here. I think it's awesome, and it's got like that new. I mean, obviously, like a lot of the house and like techno is doing really well right now. I love that it's kind of got that like same vibe.
Sound.
Yeah,
I kind of wanted to refresh it. I mean, I realized last year I was like still get like 22,000 new streams from new ears every day, and I'm like, what? So I was like, let's reinvent it for the now.
Yeah.
And it's been great because I actually just started DJing this year, and it fits so well in my sets.
Hell yeah!
Because now I can play it. That's a little tough to slot in between what I just played you.
I get you. Yeah.
It's a slower build, but this one just comes in hot. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Is that like the direction you want to take your project?
It's interesting. I'm actually just deciding to like go with my gut, and that's what I feel like doing right now. I kind of want to bring the energy, and so I'm doing more of I just created a hybrid set, so I'm still singing but I'm DJing.
That's so dope.
Amazing.
And it's been really fun.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Because I usually was just on the stage, just me with Mike. I'm slotted on EDM festivals all the time. There's DJs before and after me. I'm usually the only woman. I'm only vocalist. And this is it's a nice option to kind of bring the energy in a different way, but still keep like my core of the Evan GIIA set. So
100%.
Yeah.
What is something that you've done as a woman in the industry? Because like you and Pauline Herr made that track, and so it's probably something that the both of you have done within the industry. But what is something that has helped kind of like be that force and showcase you and your art?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like what I just said is probably the best is my live show. Being booked is both support for all of these major. I mean, my first tour ever was an arena tour, first of 3 with Odessa. So I was kind of like put in the fake it till you make it like right away. I called my brother. I was like, do you want to be my tour manager? You just got out of college. I didn't know what I was doing. But I've been really proud of like where I've been placed on tours because I'm always the only woman and I can throw down like the best of them, but I wasn't even DJing. I was like up there commanding the crowd with just a mic. And I just feel really proud of that. And I find it, it's just like there's a lot of pride there when I think about like how I can command a crowd without, all the bells and whistles. Cause usually it's just rolling up with 2 Pelican cases. I set my own sound check up. I test everything. I do it all. So I'm proud of that.
Good for you.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
100%.
Do you feel like social media is a part of that in terms of like helping you like get your face out there, or for you it's like festivals and like putting yourself on a lineup?
To be honest, it's more playing live, and I think it's a tough thing. I actually mentor a lot of up and coming female artists because I just think it's important, and that's their number one question. They're like, how do I play more? So it's a tough thing to get the bookings, but I do think that has been the number one way that I've gained fans.
Yeah. How do you get those bookings?
I mean, I've had an agent since day one, which is very helpful.
Okay, yeah.
And it's tough to secure them. I actually just am switching over as well. So there's a lot of like different internal things that need to happen to make it work and be a sustainable career. But I do think it's like one of the more important people you can have on your team, if you can get a good one.
Yeah. But I feel like,
emphasis on the last part.
It's hard.
Very hard.
Very.
But your experience, I'm sure, from Berkeley, like the business side, because despite you like not singing like while you were there, you still learned so much. I'm sure like that in itself is like how like you've been able to navigate to like get those bookings and showcase like, hey, this is my art. Like I'm freaking good. And then I
think it's also just the ability to I like run my project. I'm like the front face on all of the Zoom calls with the labels and everything. Like everybody knows like I'm a type A.
You're
like
in it.
I'm in it. Like they're like, oh, you're talking to Evan directly. Like today you're like, are you here with anyone? No,
Yeah,
I'm here
yeah,
alone.
yeah,
Like
true.
I roll by myself, but like I have a great team behind me, but like I am running it. So I think that's important, and it helps. It helps showcase yourself too, like at the shows too. If you can show up and be an awesome support act, I think that's huge. If you are a good support act, you will get like so much further.
Yeah.
If you can show up, have a small like stage plot, don't require a lot, don't be overbearing, show up to sound check on time, crush your set, get people hype, get back on the bus, sleep, like you are a dream. And then it kind of helps you climb the ladder.
You got all that shit on lock. I can definitely tell just by the way
mean,
you're like talking about it now.
It's experience. It's just like years of experience.
100%.
But I think that's also just, I think you got to play the shows for 4 people in the really weird venue in order to get to the EDC festival stage.
Oh yeah.
4 people in the weird venue.
Oh my God,
What's the weird venue? What is it?
I've had a few. There was one in Canada. It was like half a club, and I'll never forget it. I literally walked on. My brother's still my tour manager at the time. He peeked out right before, and he's like, "There's literally not one person." He's like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I'm gonna go out there and do it like I would normally do it." And he's like, "Isn't that kind of embarrassing?" It's my brother, so he's like, "That's embarrassing." And I'm like, "Yeah, you can see it that way, but like, it's funny because one person came in and they'd seen me 3 years later, I think at Bonnaroo, and they were like, I was the dude at the bar."
Whoa.
And he was like, "You did that whole 45 minutes like there was 500 people in the room." And I was like, "Yeah, I had to kind of disassociate and do it, but it's worth it."
It's hard, though.
100%.
It's really
hard.
like people underestimate how hard it is to play. Like they'll always ask, "Are you stressed to play in front of like 5,000-10,000 people?" And then the big question is like, how about for 5 to 10 people in general?
I think that's way more nerve-wracking.
That's way worse.
The big
because
stages are like, okay, whatever, but those small ones,
it's so hard.
You
It's
know-
so much harder.
You know, that's so interesting because we had Wax Motif on an episode, and he was talking about how his experience playing EDC main stage, like Kinetic
Yeah.
Field, and he said that it's such a surreal experience because it's so vast and there's like so many people, but you're so far
feels
from
like you're
all
alone.
the people. Yeah, and he's like, it honestly, I was like, it sounds like you almost feel like you're playing just like for yourself, and like people are
100%.
just like out there, you know, like listening.
That's
and
how
then
I felt at EDC. I was like, I was like, hello. Like I was just in like
that's
a void.
crazy.
It was
Oh my
very
God.
weird.
Yeah,
That's why I think like the more intimate ones are,
for sure.
you got to get those under your belt so that you can translate on a stage up there. You're looking like an ant. I mean, you better be able to bring it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And if you appreciate those moments as well, when you're playing for 2, 3, 4 people and you fully envision yourself playing for like 500, 5,000, 50,000, that's like manifesting in itself.
It
It's
literally
like you're
is.
visualizing. You're visualizing like
I think that is like one of the strongest things you can do is just, I practice in my kitchen for every show. And that's my stage. And like, I don't close my eyes, but I almost have like a shield that comes over my eyes and I have everything outlaid. It's like all the people where the stage ends. Everything's just there, but I'm just in my kitchen
That's lit.
screaming with my like wooden spoon thing. So
You're literally manifesting.
I'm a big manifestor,
Me
but we
too.
don't have to get into all that.
No, yeah, we'll be here for hours.
We
'cause
will,
Brandon and I are also very, and I got him like
I'm
a little
like
into
really,
it as well.
truly, I believe so strongly. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should
he,
check out,
he opened my brain to like,
Should check
like
out the
that.
Power of I Am channel on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
a great.
that's
I'll
some good
send.
stuff.
I'll show you after off camera. and
Okay, I would
everything.
love
I'll
that.
send it over to
That's
you.
a really
Yeah.
good
Amazing.
channel.
Yeah,
He,
it
he
is.
he forced me to watch it, but then I was like, you know what? I'm
You were
into this.
convinced?
Yeah,
Let's
like
go.
we were literally, where were we? We're like in Lake Paris.
We were driving back from Starbase
It was like a
Festival.
festival.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he's like a guy who he kind of he kind of looks like Andrew Tate. I'm not gonna lie, but he's very like he kind of looks like a secret agent actually, like a bald secret agent, bald version of Andrew Tate. But it's like in a good way. Like he's very good at explaining things, but he kind of does it in like the dynamic is like easier to understand because he kind of like the way he explains it is kind of like, guys, this is just what it is. Like, and it's
Yeah,
very like
okay.
straightforward about it. Like no bullshit.
Because it
you
can
know?
be very floofy.
It can be very floofy.
and that's
There's
why
a lot
like
of
my
questions.
friends, my mom, whatever, she's like, when is the semi? I'm
Exactly.
Like, it's powerful.
Oh, you're gonna love. I think you'll love him. I
Okay.
have a membership to his channel and everything.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
I like that word, floofy.
yeah.
It's floofy.
It should be.
So one more thing I wanted to ask you before we do the final track and then end the segment was what's up next for the project and just for you in general?
Yeah. Like I said, this is like the first 3 shows I've done in my hybrid DJ set. So like I'm bringing that out a lot more in 2026 and I'm super excited about it because it allows me to like sing my Evan GIIA classics but also like drop heaters, and I have always been kind of jealous, like on the side, because with my regular set, it's time coded, it's built into one block on my Ableton, so you can't change it. Like you're playing that set for your festival season, and like now right before I can slide a little track in that my friend just sent me or whatever. So really excited for the DJ set, and in that turn I'm releasing a bunch of new music with all these collaborations I've been doing, a lot of my friends, which is really fun, like the Pauline Herr and Daniel Allens and like all those people.
Oh, you work with Daniel too?
Yeah, my song that came out.
That's. Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt. No. That was it's so funny because I was gonna bring him up earlier when we were talking about the Berkeley stuff and and how, like, you know, when you do something and you have like all the rules, regulations, whatever. Because he was playing D1 tennis for a while, and that
which is amazing.
And that made me think, because like, you know, he was like starting to go like, you know, to the pro level, but then obviously music kind of took over. But he still plays tennis, and I think I remember him saying that he enjoys it like almost more
so
now.
Much more. I'm sure he does,
because it's like, you know, no one's like forcing him to train all the time. Yeah, exactly.
It makes so much sense. Yeah, my single that came out on Friday called "As We Dance" was produced by him. So we've been making a few songs together. I mean, he's so talented. I love his stuff.
He's insane.
And yeah, he's been a friend for a while. So all those ones that have been friends for a while, but we haven't gotten there with the songs yet, where I'm kind of making that a priority.
Hell yeah.
So all of those will come out in 2026. And I will say my biggest update that I haven't shared with anyone or anything yet online is that I am pregnant. So
shit.
Yeah, a little crazy to say it out loud.
Wait, you haven't said that to anyone?
No.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
Crazy. On the I'm Peaking podcast.
Wow.
I'm Peaking exclusive.
I'm Peaking exclusive.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
I'm having a baby with my husband. His name is Ashan and he goes by Memba. So we're going to have a very EDM baby.
Let's go.
Congrats to you guys. Got to be playing some of the classics when they're still
He's
in
already
there.
like literally made a beat with the heartbeat.
Nice.
Which is like,
oh my god,
Such a producer thing to do.
I was literally like, please don't be this person. But the OB is like, wow, it's very, very strong. I'm getting a 162 BPM. And he's like, damn, all right, he's going like trance. I was like, he's like, I already know. And I was like, oh my God.
Baby.
So
Wow,
I already
techno.
caught him like pulling his Ableton up. He made something actually really cool. So we've been playing that, and I've been playing his new album, Memba's new album that comes out really soon, I think in 2 days, to my belly every day. So hopefully they will be really
I love
ingrained
that.
in the space.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
I mean, I want them side stage with the headphones at the festivals, that type of baby. So
Yeah.
yes,
Hell
that's
yeah.
so cute.
All
but
right.
yeah, that's kind of the big update. And so life is changing in many ways.
Yeah,
Well,
thank
yeah.
you for sharing that with us. I
Yeah.
feel so honored.
Yeah, and even like your new venture of like adding in like, you know, like DJing to your sets while simultaneously like about to have a baby. Like what? Like there's just like so
I
many new
started all
beginnings.
that while pregnant. I'm actually really excited to post a few things of all the shows I've done and what stage week I was at when no one knew. It was not easy, but I'm pushing through and it's been fun. I'm excited to do like a set with a 9-month belly. So
Hell
yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, with that, since we are nearing the end, we would love to hear another track from you.
Yes.
So, what is some context to this one?
Yeah, actually, it's perfect from what I just shared. I actually wrote this. It was a bit of a fertility journey for me, and I've been a bit open about it. My song "Give In" that came out this year was just about that journey on trying to get pregnant. And I wrote this in a time that I was like finally feeling a little bit of a glimmer of positivity that something is coming my way. I just have to believe. And so it's called "Something Beautiful." And this is a little bit more on my pop leaning side since I just played you guys a raging banger. So.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Why does this always have to stop? Cut it out, you're sick and twisted.
I love it already.
What we think, touch wood, 'cause I'm superstitious, tough
You turn it
love.
up.
Spill my drink, God laughs when we make plans. Yeah, God laughed when I made my plan. But something beautiful is coming round.
Nice.
Something beautiful. Yeah, something beautiful this time around. It's something beautiful. It's coming for me.
So pretty.
It's coming for me.
This part kind of gives me Odessa vibes a little bit.
Yes, I love that.
Oh, don't you know you got logic twisted? Don't you feel kind of funny now? Just when you thought you cleared the dish, your sink is full and you're drowning out. Gotta let the wind take the bow. Gotta let the wind take the bow. When am I gonna learn? When am I gonna learn? Something beautiful is coming around. Something
I see what you mean. How like it goes soft.
I like this.
Flowy.
beautiful is around. Something beautiful is coming for me.
So pretty.
It's coming for
Wow. So
Beautiful.
pretty. I love
Thanks.
That was a great hybrid. That was like a perfect hybrid.
That was really nice.
I like how like this is like a track that is kind of it's a beautiful gateway into like electronic music because like you get the audience of like the electronic pop, but then you're adding in those elements that are a little bit more like deep rooted in like EDM. The EDM
You get
space.
it perfectly. I call my music pretty bangers, and people actually say that I'm usually their gateway into EDM. So people who normally like pop, they're like, "Oh, I started listening to Evan GIIA, and then I could get into the dubstep world or whatever." So I'm kind of like the bridge for most people.
Amazing.
And yeah, I really, really love that one. It's obviously it hits super close to home because now they're here. So
Oh, I love that. What a great note to end the episode on. Evan, thank you so much for being here. Can you let everyone know like immediately what you have coming up, shows, obviously like releases and stuff?
Well, there'll be new music. The song that just came out is called As We Dance. It's written by me and Daniel Allen, just came out on Friday. So it's only a few days old.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one. It's a banger.
I'm gonna go check that one out right after this.
Please, it's killer. And then I'm opening for my husband Memba's album, which comes out really soon. I'm super proud of it. I'm on 3 tracks on that album, and I'm opening my DJ set for them in LA and Seattle this week and next. And then I'm just bunch of new music. I'm trying to keep it up like every kind of month, a new single. So
Hell yeah.
stay tuned.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We are going to go hop on over to the Patreon right now. If you didn't already know, we do have a Patreon, which we do exclusive content, bonus episodes. We listen to music over there, exclusive playlists, priority Q&A, pretty much, all things bonus content. And so that is the best way to support us. So if you want to go and check that out, definitely go and do that. I'll have all our patrons' names on screen as I'm saying this. But even if you don't support the Patreon,
We still love you.
Oh, thank you for doing that
Yeah.
and filling in for Mickey there. We are at the end here, so we're going to conclude it here, but we'll see you on over at the bonus or in 2 weeks. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Let us know who you want to see on the next episode, and we'll see you guys again soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.